Good afternoon, hello, it's Daniel. This is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Today is a day of recovery. I don't say that very often, but I need it. So it's the day after the Dirty River gravel sportive event race, whatever you want to call it. So it's Sunday afternoon. I'm just heading out for a couple of hours. I'm not going to call it recovery because I don't really think I'm fit enough that when I go for exercise I feel better afterwards. I feel better in myself and not like fresher. So I'm just out for 2 hours-ish of zone 2 just to get a little bit of exercise done, whilst also hopefully not making life too much more difficult for myself when I'm trying to recover from yesterday's event. Now, although I didn't go like flat out hard yesterday, it was still 5.5 hours of riding off-road, and it sort of beats your body up a little bit. If you've done gravel or off-road events, you'll know. But you know, all the rocks and bumps and twists and turns and braking and descending and all that, I can just feel a bit lethargic, like I've been beaten up. So just need to make sure that I take a bit of time to let my body get back to normal, because I'm certainly not used to that. So also absolutely banging weather. Who doesn't want to get out and ride the bike when the weather's like this? Liz has promised me a barbecue this evening, so that means getting out on the bike for a couple of hours. Just means I can have a couple of burgers, doesn't it? Okay, so I've got about 10-11 miles left to go. I thought I'd pull over, we'd have a bit more of a chat. I'm just going to do all the chatting if that's okay, but you can put any comments down below if you want. A bit more about where I'm at right now, zooming out a little bit, looking ahead to the next few weeks, what events I've got on the horizon, where I'm at in my training, what's coming next, all those sorts of things, because I know I go from like day to day and don't often zoom out, look at big picture, talk about big picture. So this is the big picture that isn't that big, but it's bigger than just a day. So where am I at right now? Well, I'm 3 weeks back training post-illness, feeling a whole lot better. Every time I get on this thing, I feel like I'm making a little bit of improvements, recovering faster, etc. It gets harder as you get older, doesn't it? I know I'm not ancient, but like I know now in my early 30s, I am not bouncing back anywhere near as quick as I did when I was in my early 20s. But such is life, you can only do what you can do. So I'm feeling a whole lot better. By no means like back to where I was pre-illness, but I'm not going to grumble because I'm on the, I'm getting better, so that's fine. It will come at some point. Now, what have I got in 3 weeks time? I have the Gralock, which is a UCI gravel race. Now, of course, when you sit and enter all these events over winter, you plan to be in amazing shape, or I do anyway, and it never really quite happens. So I'd plan for that to be like, I'm going to get stuck into that, give it a proper go, try and qualify for the gravel age group world champs, bro. And I am still going to do that very well, didn't I? Bro, I am still going to give it like everything I've got, but I'm just realistic that I don't think I'm going to be good enough to qualify. How it works is you've got to finish in the top 25% of your age group. Now my age group is 18 to 34, so it's the biggest age group, which means there's got more spots to qualify, but there's also more people trying to qualify, so I don't know if it's any harder or easier. It's only 100 or 110 kilometers, so 20 or 30k shorter than the Dirty River. So in theory, I should be able to go a bit harder and it should be an hour or so shorter, but I don't really know. I'm just going to give it everything I've got on the day and hope for the best. I'm looking forward to that as an event, really, because I've got some entertainment on the night before. There's an elite race as well. I'm going to try and get out one of the ride outs there before, blah, blah, blah. I'll make videos about it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to giving like a big gravel event a go. I've also got the Outlaw Half Nottingham, which I'm planning to do the full thing. I've missed the date for changing to an aquabike, so it's a full thing or DNF, and I don't want a DNF. I need a new t-shirt basically and a medal. So I'm just going to give it everything I've got again. I know that I'm going to have to just like pace it accordingly, but that's just sport, isn't it? That's just triathlon especially. So I'm just going to do what I can. Training wise, I'm now 2.5 weeks back running, if I can call it running. I'm going to try and do 3 runs this week and then just see how my little hamstring niggle's going, and then I've got another 2 weeks of training before Outlaw Half, so it's possible I can build up to 8-9 miles and then I've got a good chance of getting round. But even if I only get to 5 or 6 miles in training, I'm still going to give it a go on the day and run, walk, and use all the strategies that you use to get to the finish line. So that's the plan for that. After that, I've tried to keep my diary free, or relatively free, because events and oh, hello hello events and travel and all that sort of stuff, stress and packing and stuff, does take it out of you, doesn't it? There's effort and just stress and missing sessions to do those sorts of things. It's okay. You good guard dog, yeah. You good guard dog. You good guard dog. Are you coming to say hello? Are you coming to say hello? You saying I'm being boring? Hey? You coming to say hello? Oh, steady on. You come and say hello? Hello? You're nice, aren't you? Hey? Hello? It's okay. Hello? Hello? Oh, it's okay. Right, I'm going to reposition. Be right back. Right, try again. So after that, I've tried to keep my diary relatively free because travel, events, expense, stress, it all adds into life, doesn't it? And you can only balance so much. Now, I'm balancing that with, you know, what I do on here, you know, going to events and doing things is more interesting videos, more content, etc. And I actually like doing the things. So I've got a balance here. I have, at the end of June, the Dalby Grit, which is another gravel race. It is in the Yorkshire Moors, or Yorkshire Dales, 110 kilometres, hilly, a good bit of training, and I'm hoping, you know, that I'm on a bit of a progressive journey with my gravel events and that I might be in a bit of a better shape by then and be able to talk about racing rather than just getting around. But I don't know, either way, looking forward to it. That should be good. I then have Outlaw Half Holcombe. I think it's the week after that. A bit of a weekend, that is. I've got the gravel sprint on the Saturday, and then I think I'm doing the aquabike on the Sunday, just as a bit of a training weekend. And that is 3 weeks before the big one, Ironman UK. Now, I am 13 weeks away today to the event, so really I've got 11 and a half, 11, 12-ish weeks of training. So I'm now sort of really trying to, I mean, I was focused before, but I've really got to be really focused now and like put absolutely everything into it. So my training is just going to continue pretty much as is. I'm putting a lot of faith in this old thing and trying to spend a lot of time on the bike in the hope that's going to help me get generally all over fitter without, cross my fingers, risking injury, and just doing what swimming and running I can and hoping that puts me in a good space for the day. I'm going to get up there a couple more times to try and recce the course so that, yeah, okay, I might not be the fittest to get around it in super fast time, but if I know the corners and know how it rides and even just know how hard it gets on that second and third lap of the bike, I'm going to hopefully ride more appropriately, perform better. So I'm going to do what I can with those things. But yeah, more than anything, I'm just going to spend the next sort of 2 or 3 months doing consistent training, enjoying life, enjoying getting out like this. I need to get out with Liz more on the gravel bike. She's been on her new bike now 3 or 4 times. I've not ridden with her once, so I want to try and make time to do those sorts of things. And yeah, hopefully we've gone on this journey of getting fitter. Now, I left my weight loss series obviously midway through because I got ill. I do have one more video coming out about that, which is not necessarily like an update. Well, it is a bit of an update. I don't know if I'm picking that up again or not. Basically, it is another thing to do, and I'm trying to reduce the things I have to do in a week. Already have, of course, you know, YouTube, work, training, Liz, life, etc. So if I can just miss one thing out, that does help me a little bit. But I'm going to give it some thought because I did like putting the stuff out there, and you know, mixed response. But that's life, and I don't know. I'm gonna think over the next few days, and obviously you'll see it at some point if I do. Is that it? Oh, bike. Yeah, there's another thing to mention. It's 3 weeks today to Outlaw Half Nottingham, and I don't have a time trial bike. I have 2, but they're in bits. The Speed Max, the crash damaged, repainted, rebuilt Speed Max. You don't know it's been repainted, rebuilt. I haven't made a video about it. It's been rebuilt. It's ready, nearly ready. I've actually given that to a mechanic to build because I just haven't got the time to fit in building it. And time trial bikes take a while to build, and I would, mess something up. I don't want to risk anything with it. I want to be out training on that in the next few weeks. That's the other thing I'm going to do to try and put myself in a good position for Ironman UK, is to get out on that bike in the hills. When I go and do a long Sunday ride, I'm going to try and ride the time trial bike a couple of times because it's got small gears on it. However, I had planned to ride I've got an Elves Emmanuel at the Outlaw Half Nottingham. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. This is the bike I've been riding all the time. I've got clip-on bars on it. I've been doing a bit of time trial position work on this ride today, and I'm not suited to it. If I'm not on that bike now, I can't be doing 56 miles on it in 3 weeks. Looking ahead to this week, I think, right, if I'm going to build it, I need to it'll take me a couple of evenings to build it. I don't want to take 2 evenings off training, and to take it to a mechanic is aggro and all these first world problems you don't really care about. But basically, I think I'll be at Outlaw Half Nottingham on that. But that's fine because it is what it is. Anyway, that is a massive ramble, but that's where we're at basically. I cannot emphasize enough how excited I am for this year. I want to do some cool stuff, I want to make some cool videos. I hope you've got a great year planned as well. I'm sure I'll see lots of you at events and various things. Thank you very much for the support. I really, really appreciate it. I'll leave the stats on screen from today's ride, and I'm going to get home and have 1 or 2, maybe 3 burgers. See you later.